Paul, McGuire, Grimes, ABC, Minneapolis. Ralph, William, it is really great talking to both of you today. I've watched all of season 5, loved it, and think it's one of the best seasons so far. So thank you for the time today.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, Ralph, I want to start with you. How often do you think about Pat Morita while filming, and what life lessons did he give you that you still kind of carry with you today?
Well, I mean, listen, a credit to the writing staff and the creators of Cobra Kai for keeping the Miyagi woven into the show through every season. You know, that was important to me, but it was also important to them. And it you know, in all the craziness and the heightened reality and the soap opera elements and the superhero dark villainy pieces of Cobra Kai, at its base, its heart, its father-sons, its mentoring, its overcoming obstacles. It's still those rooted themes that the Karate Kid had and always had. And the Karate Kid film is the secret sauce, is Mr. Miyagi. I mean, that character, that performance, the writing of Robert Mark Kamen is something that is handed off to today, and I think it's certainly important to me because it's the element of groundedness throughout the journey. So yeah, I think about him all the time. I think about that character. I mean, he certainly write it into him to a fault. To a fault at some point. Sometimes I'm like, LaRusso, just stop talking about Miyagi for 1 minute. But if I had a guy in my life that meant that much to me through adolescence and I no longer had him, I'd probably keep channeling back to that. So
right, that's
fair enough.
Yeah. Now, William, kind of going along that you and Ralph are both listed as executive producers. Can you describe what kind of impact you both have on the creative elements, either what stories you want to tell or how often you connect back to the original film franchise?
Yeah, Ralph and I sit down at the beginning of every season and we decide what we want to say, what we want to do, where we want the story to go. Then we sit down with the creators and we tell them. Okay, we say this is what's going to happen this season. Now you guys go write it, okay? And then we do it. Then they come to us. They show us the dailies. We choose the selects that we like.
They're just puppets. They're just puppets.
Yeah, we sit on the edits. We cut our own stuff. We put our own music. And that's how that works. No, really. I mean, we're you know, they got us at the beginning. We met them at the beginning. So the 5 of us went out. Josh, John, Hayden, Ralph, and I went out and sold the show originally. And so we're on the ground floor of the origins of this. And we're very, you know, we trust them, you know, explicitly. They're amazing creators. We're in great hands. Ralph and I are the gatekeepers and shepherds of our Johnny and Daniel as much as we can be, and you know, we push back here and there, and it's a collaboration with them as the writers, and then us as the artists and the instruments singing these notes. It's a marriage that way. So you know, it's good. It's a good feeling to be on that ground floor with them, and
yeah,
so we're part of the process, but we do our part, and they do their part. You know.
Yeah, no, for sure. You both have great like scenes this year, whether it's the spoofing of Top Gun, which I loved, or like you being an Uber driver was hysterical.
Yeah.
Well, how would you describe the Cobra Kai journey over these last 5 seasons, going from like trying to film a show for the first season for YouTube and now being this like global phenomenon for Netflix?
Yeah, it's you know, the production of the show it hasn't changed that much. Interestingly, it's, you know, we have a little bit more time, but we're still always up against it, you know, and certainly when we get toward the end of the season, it's really it's a scramble to finish everything on time. So from the production standpoint, it hasn't changed very much. What has changed is sort of the global impact that Netflix has in all corners of the world, and how you know, young people will watch the show and back into the movies, and then or parents will tell the kids we're watching the show, and it's so that sort of 4-quadrant show, as they call it in Hollywood, is really what it is. It's fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, multi-generational on the couch watching the same piece of content, and that's really special. And Netflix has just taken that to another level.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the rap. I love hearing that. I love the global impact and those family elements. I think it just shines through so much. So thank you both for the time today. I really love McGuire, Grimes, ABC, Minneapolis. Thomas, Yuji, it is really great talking to both of you today. I've watched all of season 5. I think it's one of the best seasons today. So congrats to both of you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, for both of you, what have you loved most about just returning to the world of Terry Silver and Chosen all these years later?
this was my first film role I did over 30 years ago. So to be able to come back and reprise this role with all these new colors and dimensions, and we're in such good hands with the creators of the show, John, Josh, and Hayden, and how they mapped out this incredible arc for Terry. And it was just, I could trust them and just go and commit to it. And it was such a joy.
Yeah, I mean, we see Terry do a lot of things in this season, and it's really great to see you in this role again. Now, Yuji, what about you? What did you love most about coming back to Chosen?
God, I just, am grateful for the writing team. Those guys are incredible. They've created these not only my character, everybody's character. They're so well written. And so when you get this script, I mean, it's so much, when it's on the page, it's so easy to act. And so getting a chance to work with, Thomas and William and Dan and Ralph and, that whole gang, it was a treat.
Absolutely. I think you can really feel that too, just in watching the show and how they balance such a huge cast that you all have. Yeah. Thomas, how often do you have kids coming up to you saying, I learned karate because of the Karate Kid or because of Cobra Kai?
It surprisingly, so many times. It always shocks me. And also in different facets of life where you don't expect it. They'll come up, or mom will come up, whatever, and they'll be like, are you Terry Silver? It's like, what? So the fan base is just phenomenal for the show. But it's not only because the show's nostalgic, but it has that humor, it has that heart, it has those big scares. So we cover a large spectrum, and I think that's what makes it so successful.
Yeah. Now, Yuji, how often do you practice karate or just the mental teachings of what this is outside of filming? Because I know you have a long background in martial arts and Taekwondo.
Yeah. Actually, I just started training in Taekwondo for Cobra Kai. My basis was Chitoryu Karate, which I started taking in junior high because I was bullied and whatnot. But I transitioned out from Chitoryu Karate to this other style called Kaji Kempo, which is a Hawaiian style Kempo, which I love. But for this particular show, just to get my kicks up to, past my waist, I started taking up Taekwondo, and it's a lot of stretching.
It's a lot of stretching. Oh my God, I got the wrap. I wish I could keep talking to both of you. This has been fantastic, and I just love the family element that this show has because it just reaches such a huge audience. So congratulations again to both of you. I appreciate the time today.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
Thank you.